Welcome back, everybody, to 31 2000s horror movies for Halloween, where I'm counting down my favorite horror movies from the year 2000 to the year 2009. So Neil Marshall directed The Descent, which is the number 9 spot on my list, but the other horror movie that he made got the number 4 spot on my list. We're going with another werewolf movie and another one of my absolute favorite werewolf movies. At number 4, we have Neil Marshall's Dog Soldiers. Another simple premise executed so well. God, The Descent is great. I absolutely love The Descent. But for me, Dog Soldiers beats it out just by that much. Mostly because it is a werewolf movie and I love werewolf movies. So yeah, the main reason I will admit the main reason that Dog Soldiers beats out The Descent is because it's a werewolf movie. So this is basically a siege movie. You have this group of military men going through this routine military exercise. They're out in the Scottish wilderness. They are just, doing this routine exercise. At the same time, you had this group of special forces agents committing some kind of mission. We won't go into details, but you probably know what it is. They end up getting killed off. The trainee soldiers come across all the weapons and this blood in the area, and they realize that they've been killed by this pack of werewolves. They end up locking themselves in this cabin with a woman who seems to be knowing what's going on, and they're trying to survive the night. They're fighting off these werewolves, and just trying to survive until daylight. There's not much more to that. That's pretty much it. And like I said, simple but effective movie.
We are now up against live hostile targets. So, if Little Red Riding Hood should show up with a bazooka and a bad attitude, I expect you to chin the bitch.
So Dog Soldiers is just so much fun. This is another one of those fun horror movies. Another one of those movies you can watch with a group of friends and just have a good time. It has an interesting spin on the werewolf genre. This is one of those movies that uses werewolf lore to its advantage. It's mostly because, okay, so this military crew, they have blanks at first, weapons that shoot blanks, but they're able to get a hold of some actual weapons. But the thing is, these are werewolves that are immune to bullets. They're not immune to silver, but they are immune to bullets. So yeah, they're fighting off these werewolves, but the werewolves can't really die, at least not in their wolf form. The whole movie takes place on one night, just these werewolves trying to get into this cabin and these soldiers trying to fight them off. And it's done so well. There are some great, great moments in this movie, some great moments that are so much fun. This is another movie where the characters are so damn good. The banter between the characters is so good, they bounce off each other so well. Another movie where you love all these characters and you don't want to see anything bad happen to them, but they get killed off. And I appreciate that this movie is not afraid to kill off likable characters.
Now listen up, I'm going to make this quick and to the point, because just like you, all I want to do is get home, jump into a warm bed with a nice hot woman, and watch the footy.
Planning on scoring, Sarge? Yeah, well, mind you don't foul her in the penalty box.
Oh, all right, button it, private parts.
Now, there are 2 dogs in this movie, one at the beginning and then one that is in the rest of the movie. Just a heads up for those of you who are dog lovers like me, the dog at the beginning is killed, and then the dog, throughout the rest of the film, for those who are concerned, he does not die. He lives throughout the whole movie. I know that's a spoiler, but I know some people are bothered by the fact that the dog is killed. The dog lives throughout the film and actually does play some role in the movie. I love that. I love when a horror movie lets the dog live. I can't help it. I'm a dog guy, and I love it that this dog lives. But there's so many great lines in this movie, so many fun lines in this movie. There are moments where you're laughing at one moment and then you're on the edge of your seat in the next, because it's a good mix of humor, suspense, and action. This is an action horror movie in the long run. But I wouldn't call it a horror comedy. It does have funny moments, but believable funny moments, and it is definitely more of a suspenseful action horror movie, definitely. So not only do you have great characters, you have great werewolves. These werewolves, they're some of my favorite designs for werewolves. I do love the quadrupedal werewolf creatures, but I love bipedal werewolves because, you know, these are werewolf monsters, and for me, I just prefer the design of a werewolf that stands on 2 legs. I love that. But these werewolves are they're so intimidating, and they have a great design. Again, simple but effective. Now, when they made this movie, they had dancers play the werewolves, and I think that was a great choice. You know, much like in Predator, they had a dancer play the Predator, which allowed the Predator to do all these moves, which helped the character stand out. All the werewolves and dog soldiers are doing all these intricate movements, which helps the character stand out. I love the designs of the werewolves. I love the movements of the werewolves. They do a good job at the creature designs in this film. And not only the creature design, but the creature action. One of my favorite moments, which doesn't involve any werewolves, is when the sergeant, or at least the leader of the squad, Wells, played by Sean Pertwee, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but there's the scene, he was attacked, his guts are hanging out, and they're trying to heal him, so he needs to be knocked out in order for them to work on him. So he insists that the main character, Cooper, punch him in the face. And, well, just watch this scene.
Knock me out! Hit me! Oh, you fucking pussy, hit me!
Now, here's the thing. One of those punches was real. In one scene, you know, one of the punches was fake, but one of the punches was real. And you can't really tell which one it is, but it's just kind of fun to know that little behind-the-scenes things. Like, yeah, this guy actually got hit during the scene. Which, it's a fun scene already, but that element makes it even funnier. And then, of course, there's the climax. You know, this being a siege movie, this being an action horror movie, you're expecting things to build up to this thrilling climax, and this movie has it. I mean, werewolves all over the place, people trying to escape where they can. They're running out of bullets because they didn't have much to begin with, and again, you're dealing with werewolves that can't be killed with regular bullets, so it's just going on, and they're fighting off as many people as humanly possible. And again, there are characters that you don't want to die, you're rooting for them, and they kill them off. I love that. I love when a horror movie is not afraid to kill off likable characters, because it just leaves so much more of an impact. It's better when you are rooting for the characters and then they kill the characters off. It just makes the movie so much more effective.
You're behind me, aren't you?
I'm gonna fucking have you!
This is another great Halloween party movie. This is another great movie to watch with a group of friends because it's so much fun. Likable characters with great banter, great action, great werewolves, great creature effects, great gore effects. Like, for me, as simple, like, Neil Marshall's early horror movies, The Descent and Dog Soldiers. Dog Soldiers came out before The Descent, but these two movies are the perfect example of simplicity being worked with so well. They're perfect examples of the artistry to simplicity. Dog Soldiers is so simple and so fun that I think a lot of people can enjoy it. And this is one of my favorite werewolf movies of all time. Definitely in the top 3. Absolutely love this movie. Werewolf movies are just perfect for Halloween because Halloween is all about people wearing costumes to be something else, and werewolf movies are literally about people turning into something else. I try to watch at least one werewolf movie every Halloween season, and if you're looking for a good werewolf movie, pop in Dog Soldiers. And of course I had Ginger Snaps earlier. That's a good one too. I'd say watch them both. Watch Ginger Snaps and Dog Soldiers back to back. You'll have your werewolf fix for the year. They're so good. Dog Soldiers, great, great fun. Yeah, it's just a fun werewolf movie. Yeah, check this one out.
I hope I give you the shits, you fucking wimp.